Action!
Hi guys, I'm Griff.
And I'm Lee Bass. Welcome to Shit or Hit.
And today we're looking at the TC Helicon Mic Mechanic.
So Griff, all of our viewers want to know, what is shit or hit?
Let me tell you, Lee. So shit or hit is average musicians reviewing average gear, average skill and knowledge.
Jeepers. Right, Griff, talk me through this pedal.
Okay, so starting from the top, first things first, you'll notice it says mic and out. On the back, your out is what goes to your PA or your DI box, whatever you're using there. And this is what goes into your microphone. Power, 12 volt DC, so make sure you've got a power supply that can handle with that. And here we've got a USB connection, so you can plug that into your PC or your Mac, and you can get regular updates with this thing. On the side, you've got mic gain, so adjust that accordingly. Other side, you've got mic control, so TC Helicon have their own mic that works with this, and they also have a button rather than using the stomp.
So that's the boring shit out the way. Let's talk about foot switches. What does it sound like?
As you all might know, the important thing with a foot switch is what the actual switch sounds like.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good sounding switch. You can do whatever you want.
Right, Griff, let's talk about the sound.
So what we have here on the left, this is your little selector knob. 8 different settings here. We have a club reverb, room, hall and echo, club and echo, room and echo, echo, slap and hall. And next we have our dry wet knob, and that does exactly what it says on the tin. If you want that shit dry, turn that shit down. If you want it wet, get that thing up. So if you're me, hall all the way up on the wet. The next one, and the more interesting one here, we have a pitch correction. It's a chromatic pitch correction by half a step. If you're a bit too sharp or a bit too flat, it'll get you to the nearest thing. If you're more than half a step out, you're fucked. You want it subtle, have it about here, all the way up, and you'll sound like T-Pain. And this one is probably the unsung hero, the tone button. Press that, and you've got an adaptive EQ, it's got De-Essing, it's got a noise gate, which is great for anti-feedback. It's also a compressor, so if your mic technique is shit, you want that on. A little thing that we'll show you in a bit is a tap tempo. Once you're on your echo, to say hall and echo, you hold down this button. Once it's powered up, this will start flashing, and then you can just tap out the tempo you want with your song, and there it is. Your echo is in time with your music. Now this is a thing that a lot of people don't know. If you hold this tone button down, adjust, like so. If you feel like you're not getting enough feedback on your echo and you want more repeats, hold the tone button, turn that up, you'll get more repeats.
So it's got secret functions?
Yes! And then the one last thing, this LED here, once you power it up, that'll come on, that'll turn green to let you know that it's on. The great thing about this as well, when you're setting up, say for a gig or recording, whatever you're using it for, with the gain on the side, if you don't feel like it's loud enough, you turn the gain up, and then this will start acting like a clip indicator. So it'll go orange when you're getting close, and then it will eventually turn red, so you know to back off the gain a little bit.
Jeepers.
Decent. Okay, so this is our dry signal coming straight out the Mic Mechanic into our interface. Let's try a few effects. We'll go straight for the hall, and now we have a bit of hall. And we turn it 100%. Now this is 100% hall. 50%. This is 50%. So it sounds pretty good. So I'll do a bit of vocals now just so you can hear what it's like. You might be able to hear a bit of compression. We are going high! Sounds quite nice. I like that. Reverb and Echo. This is about 25%. This is about 50%. This is about 50%. This is about 50%. This is about 50%. 75%. 75%. 75%. 75%. And 100%. And 100%. And 100%. And 100%. And 100%. You can hear the fart delaying. Right, so we'll have a look at the pitch correction now. We'll put the tone button on, we'll put a bit of reverb on, and then we'll do a little sing for you. So with no correction. I'm getting out of this town, are you with me? And we'll put it up at about 50%. I'm getting out of this town, are you with me? And then we'll go for the whole thing. I'm getting out of this town, are you with me? So it sort of thickens up the vocals a little bit. You get above 50-60%, and you start to sound a bit more like a computer. Let's test out the tap tempo now. Test. So that's a very slow repeat. So we'll speed it up. Test. There we are.
So Griff, looking at our 4 contributing factors, which are value, sound quality, build quality and usability, is the Mic Mechanic a shit or a hit?
Well, let's look at the value to start with. £113, all that stuff included. We're going to give that a 10 for value.
I think so.
And next, one of the more important ones, build quality. Solid.
Seal of approval.
You can throw this around in your gig bag in the back of a van. You can throw this at someone's head and they'll come off a lot worse. Do whatever you want with it and it will still work. I'm going to give that a 10.
I think so.
And now we've got sound quality. This is by far the most important part. We've given this an 8. Even though it's an amazing piece of gear, the reverbs, the quality of them are just not where they could be. And finally, we have usability. This thing is easy to use. You can plug it straight in. You don't need to know what you're doing really. The advanced features are a bit more tricky. You'd have to read the manual to even know they existed. For that reason alone, I've given it an 8.
Okay. So Griff, is it shit or is it a hit?
Well, you have to do the maths really. When I pushed that into my calculator, it came out as a 9. So this is definitely a hit. So that's it for our first episode of Shit or Hit. Thanks for watching.
Please comment in the comment section below, subscribe to the channel and like the video, and we'll see you next time.